Hey guys, different surroundings. Okay, just a little I'm in a different surroundings. Where you see me right now is I'm currently sitting on my bed in my bedroom, and right here is my shawl that I made, Lost Souls shawl. That was what my stepson saw when he was moving TV in here, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, I love that." And I'm like, I know I can make a blanket out of it. I mean, why would you want a shawl, right? And then I have my little friend here. He's back here. Look, a monkey that I got. Oh my gosh. Okay, so anyway, let me turn this a little bit. There's a window like right here. And yeah, talk about blow me out. Let me see if I can change some lighting a little bit here. Whoops. Hang on one second. I don't know if that helps. Anyway, so it's been a while since I've done a actual just video of things I've been doing here, you know, of things more yarn associated. I know I talk a lot while I'm like on my way to get shots or when I'm going to work or whatever. And I'm in my Denver sweatshirt. This will always remind me of the entirely way too long layover at the Denver airport when I went to go to Boise, Idaho to help my son move from Boise to Indiana. And I'm in here, I'm going to crochet in here today. Got my TV on. I'm going to watch some YouTube and Netflix. I'm going to work on my blanket. I'm hoping that I can be in my room quiet because I have one of these beds that my husband can't sleep laying down, so we bought these beds where you can make them sit up and down like a hospital bed, but more comfortable. Anyway, I got me this mug. Was in Evansville helping my son one weekend, and we went over to, I'm thinking the Ollie's over in Evansville, one of the Ollie's in Evansville. I don't know how many there are. Went to that one. There might be dribbles on it or something from coffee. Anyway, and they had this Hershey's chocolate gift thing with chocolates in it and a little mousse. Anyway, stuffed mousse, and I just saw the mug and I'm like, gotta have it. So I got me one and I got Randy one. Lord, that's hot. So anyway, so we got, I got that big old cup. Let me move something around here real quick. Remote. I don't want to knock my coffee off on the floor. And I've got my pattern stand over here. I'll show you my pattern stand. You see this? And there's magnets up here. I put magnets on the back. These are from, my husband's a computer person, and he took apart a bunch of computer stuff, and there's magnets in the hard drive. Anyway, so we keep the magnets. They're very, very strong. They're not as, the older computers had nicer magnets, but these are fine. They're only magnetized on one side. So I put them on here like this, which makes this side magnetized, this other side here. So I can put my scissors. Let me show you that monstrosity. So like you got magnets here. So on this side I can put my nice, huh? Put my scissors here, and then if I have a darning needle, I can put that right there, so that all I gotta do is like boop, grab it and use it. Well, because this here you can get it at Hobby Lobby. It's just a metal stand, and over by where all the metal stuff is, like the baskets and all the metal decor for your house, get those. I have this one, and I have one that's like covered in white that has, I think, a cow on it or something. I use that one in the kitchen. This one here I got for me to use for my yarn stuff. And I have a magnet right here in this lip. And here I got a magnet. And then I have right here a little magnet with a hook. And the magnet with the hook holds stitch markers, and which is not doing its job very well because I got stitch markers down here in my little flap. Anyway, it holds my stitch markers. And whoops, and then the magnet over here is for, oh, it's right here, for my needle. So you just set it right here. So it's right there. And then this hook is for my stitch markers and to hang my scissors on also. It's like if this is hanging at the edge, I can just grab them real quick. Otherwise, they're up here. Ah, that wasn't a very good thing. There you go. I don't know where that came from. Okay, so down in here, I also have hooks, my clover hooks. Currently, I'm using this one for a baby blanket I'm just mucking around with when I get frustrated. My brain gets a little foggy from doing my mandala blanket, my Ardith. And then these two hooks are for my Ardith. I started with the purple one, which is a 4.0, and right now I'm working with a 4.5, because you got to watch your gauge and your tension. So if you crochet tightly, which I do, I had to switch up a half a thing because I don't want it to pull, because if it pulls then it'll pucker up and then you're constantly having to block your item. So anyway, excuse me, my gosh. So anyway, so this is all metal and it works great. You just put some magnets on the back. And then I was at the Ollie's, and they had for kids stuff where you could put, if you're homeschooling and things, you could put kids like addition. You could make up an addition paper like 1 + 1 = 2 + 2 = you know, whatever. And then you can use write on wipe off markers, and they can write on the paper, but without writing on the paper. The sleeves, and this is the sleeve. It's got a pattern in it right now. The pattern that's in here right now is the Lost Souls, I believe. Yes, this is the Lost Souls blanket pattern. But anyway, but it's a little pocket. Oh, and this has my receipts. I'll go over these in a second. Anyway, it has some receipts from some purchases. But anyway, little pocket. You put this in here, and then you can write on this, answer the questions or whatever, or you can use it for your pattern and you can mark off where you're at. That's a blessing. So I've been using that. Plus, I use my little sticky note things to move them from place to place, so I know where I'm at. And I think I just messed up. I think I had that marked for the blanket I was making for Alex, my stepson. That's okay. I can figure it out. But anyway, so I just set this in my little holder. And the reason why I was moving my scissors to the hook thing that I had on the front of this holder is because this thing is so tall that it hides my scissors behind it. I mean, I guess I could just do that. Shut up, you guys. My brain, it'll get there. It could be foggy, but I get there. So anyway, let me put all that back. Okay. So this is, if you're wanting to do the Ardith, that is the pattern. This right here is the pattern. This. It's like a 1/2 inch thick. And I will tell you right now, this is just the pattern. This is not the beginning part of it, the tips thing, none of that. This is just the pattern. And it's front and back. Excuse me, my gosh. Like, it's front and back. So right now, I'm getting ready to start row. I don't know if I just did row 79. Let me look real quick. No, I just finished row 79 last night. So today, I'm going to start on row 80. And, you know, I mean, some of it is like really like in depth, like it uses a lot of information. But then there's some, like there's 2 rows on this page. Okay, So some of it's not as intricate, just tedious. It's not a hard pattern. I strongly suggest if you're going to make one of these, get a video tutorial if it's your first time. So that when you read this pattern, even if you're good at reading patterns, there's sometimes in here it'll say you need to skip 5 stitches or 6 or 3 stitches or however many stitches, and you just made a fan or something, but you did it like front post or whatever, and then or you did a chain, like it'll tell you to single crochet here, chain this many, and then count, skip, and then chain, and then you go through and you have to do certain things. Well, sometimes it'll tell you to skip, like you'll do a shell and you're doing it front post, and then it'll say something like skip 5 stitches, and so you skip 5 stitches and you start and you're like, why does this look weird? It's because if you did a shell for 5 stitches, they're talking about skipping the 5 stitches you just went in front of. Or if you're working from a row below, like if you go a row below and then it tells you, just, that's a perfect example. If you're front posting a cluster from a row or 2 down below, previous, like if you're on row 73 and then it tells you to front post double crochet around the cluster in 71 or 2, and you do that, then it'll tell you skip this many stitches. They're talking about what's behind there, those stitches. So if you don't know what they're talking about, get the video tutorial. It'll explain it to you better, because otherwise you're going to go into someone, you're going to go, what? I mean, because I tried it. Because I've been really pushing myself to learn to read patterns. And so I tried to do this without the video tutorial, and it worked out for a little bit, but then I was like, I can't do it. So I dove into the video tutorial, and I do use it. Like if something's not sounding right to me, or my brain's a little foggy, or I'm not getting it, because sometimes my brain likes to hiccup with me. And yeah. So anyway, I'm going to show you where I'm at. I'm going to start 80 today, as soon as this video is over. But I'm going to show you the blanket in person, right? Not just photos, because this thing's getting huge. Now, where I'm at, the next row, I do believe it'll say if you're ending the baby blanket. If you're going to do the baby blanket, this is where you do the edge. But I'm not doing the baby blanket. I mean, I'm doing it for a baby blanket, but I'm doing the whole blanket. And the reason I'm doing the whole blanket is because I want this blanket to travel on with this person that it's going to. So when they get older, they'll still have this. It'll be more of a heirloom type thing. It won't be just, oh, my baby blanket. This will be something that I've had this since I was a baby. And I still use it. And it's still beautiful. Ready? Oh my God. It's going to be way too big for the whole picture. Or for the whole screen. I don't have a wide enough angled lens. I'd have to stand back and I ain't doing it. Okay. So. Here it is. Da-da-da. I mean, I'm going to try it. Leaning back here. It's so big. Anyway. This is the baby blanket. Basically, this is where the baby blanket stops. If you were making a baby blanket. And it's a nice size baby blanket. But I don't want it to be just a baby blanket. But I'm going to let you see. And I had to frog back part of a row last night. Because I was saying, how come I only got 8 stitches here? I need 9 stitches. How come I only have 8? I need 9. I'm going to fold it in half so you can see that. Like right here, behind here, it would have told me to skip stitches. and it was talking about here, and I thought it was talking about skipping stitches, so I started going like this, and it looked real ducky and weird. I'm like, something's wrong. But yeah, isn't it gorgeous? It's so pretty. Oh, and I like these colors. They're very sweet. And they're baby. It's all a baby yarn. And it's static. Oh my gosh. The static is insane. I mean, like, I was crocheting last night, and I was like pulling the yarn out of my cake that I made, and it was like sticking in my arm and sticking around my hand. I'm going, what? I'm going like this, trying to get it off. But I'm going to pull one color out. Here's how I'm doing it. I took all the skeins and I put them in, I balled them up on my baller, and then I put them in bags. So they're all, and then I took, which I'll have to go get that. But I took, hang on, I'll just go get it real quick. Okay. Oh, hang on a second. Listen to this. We're off subject. Anyway, and somebody I listened to on YouTube, his name is Abel Hart, ABLEHEART, Abel Hart. He's got some song. Whisper is my favorite one though. I like the beat of the music, and the hook is what I like. It ain't so much the lyrics, but the hook. I like the hook of the song. Anyway, where was I at? Yes, back to the subject. Anyway, so what I did was I took the yarn colors and quantities colorway number 1 thing, because that's what I was going to follow for this blanket. This is it. So and my print only prints in black and white, so I am handicapped in my printing in my pattern, because she does colored brackets. That in the intro to the whole thing, it'll tell you what the brackets mean and what the colors are for and why and all this other stuff. And mine are just all black and white. And some of it's really light colored, and I'm like looking at it like, what? So, yeah. Anyway, those are very important things to know. And I don't know what colors they are. Basically, I'm plain colorblind. So, and then on the bottom of this whole thing is a whole page. So it shows you the colors. It shows you the picture of the thing, which mine wasn't in color, obviously. And then down here is the list of these colors and how much you need per color. So what I did was I looked at this picture and I tried to focus and figure out which ones was what. And I thought, well, okay, so what I'm going to want, because I looked at how many balls it was requiring or how many grams or meters it was asking for. I was like, okay, so I want my blanket to be mostly this color with the accents being these colors. So if I wanted more of like this color here, then I buy the most of this. But I was like, well, I want it, you had to really think about it. So I decided that the most one is going to be what was done with gingerbread, which is, this is going to be a long video, you guys. Just saying. It's been a while since I did anything. Anyway, this one here is it's called gingerbread. And it's the most on the blanket. It's this color right here. It's the most. The most of this is in that. Because I wanted it real bohemian, country, because this baby's parents are country western singers. Anyway, so real country and in a soft, country feel, if you're country, you know what I mean. So, and then I wanted some other colors because I didn't want it to be, oh, it's a girl pink. You get me? So I picked some blues and, just a bunch of different things that work with it and made it look real pretty and worked out. So anyway, so I went with that. And then the next one was a lot of the plum pudding. I picked this color. That's it. I picked this color for the next lot of amount. And it's the plum pudding. That's to bring in a little bit of a female element. And then you got the male element. And then I've got other colors in here, like tans and green. I got a green. And I got, like, lighter pinks. Like, this one here is called Pink Abu Marled. So it's got a little bit of white in it. But then I've got this one here. It's called Ballet Slipper. And it's like a grayish pink. It's different. It's definitely different. Brownish grayish pink. But then I've got, then I got Sand Castle. And this one's called Naked. So yeah, I mean, and then I got some more blue. Like this is Set Sail. So they're all muted colors. I like them very much. They all work out really well, really well together. So anyway, what I did was I took the colors that they had, like sand, Sun Valley, golden yellow, blah, 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 blah. And then I substituted. So I wanted the, like Sun-Kissed, it needed 2,000 meters of yarn. It's done in grams and meters. Because the yarn she used, I couldn't get all the yarn she used. I was going to do it that way. However, they were sold out of a lot of stuff. So, that's frustrating. And I need to get this done. So anyway, so I'm going to try and hurry up because I got to get on this. I need it done before Christmas. So 2,000 meters was the Sun-Kissed. So I picked gingerbread. And so I found at least 2,000 meters plus, actually, of the gingerbread to replace Sun-Kissed from Yarn Baby. Let's pull out one of these. Yarn Baby Sweet Delight. And it's in the color gingerbread. And she used a bamboo cotton. And I don't remember from where. And I don't have it all printed out, so I can't tell you. It doesn't really matter. Bamboo cotton in the size 3. Or DK weight, I guess. Size 3. Anyway, so I went ahead and got, I know Pika's mad at me right now. Because I've locked him out of the bedroom. Shush! And he thinks I'm talking to somebody. So he's going to be mad. Anyway, so I went ahead and decided to go ahead with this one here. The baby, Sweet Baby Delight. Baby Bee Sweet Delight yarn. And it's a 3 lightweight. But these were 345 meters a skein. So, or skein. However you want to say it. Well, the ones that she was buying were 125 meters for each ball. This one here is 345 meters. You get me? So I didn't have to buy near the amount of yarn she did on this. So, yeah. A little burpy. Anyway, in this one here, it's 4 ounces, 115 grams, 377 yards, 345 meters. It's 60% acrylic, 40% polyamide. This stuff is soft as ever get out. It is so nice. And this blanket is ridiculously drapey and so squishy and soft. And I'm not doubling yarn. I'm not doing anything. I'm just doing the 3 weight. My go-to weights are 3 and 4. I work with thread. I work with lace weight. I work with any yarn. I hate chunky yarn. Hated it. Anything over 4, I'm going. I don't like blanket yarn. I don't like. Nope. If I want thicker yarn, I'll just double up my thread or my yarns. But I don't have a problem with working with small yarns. I love small yarn. But anyway. So this one here is the gingerbread, and I already caked it up. And then, well, this one don't have any. Oh, yes, it should. Where's my little thing? I should have oh, this one don't have it? What? I'll show you what I'm talking about. That's different. Okay, so this one here is almost gone. So from the center pull, my center pull, I hook a stitch marker to it so I don't lose it. I feel like it's from Hobie. Make my own. Anyway, so I decided to cake them all up. This was my husband's idea. Cake them all up and put them in bags so they're all together. And then I took and wrote the name of what it's replacing and the name of the actual yarn. So, when it comes on here, it'll say, like, I think this says Sun-Kissed / Pale Amethyst. Okay, this is for 2 different colorways. But I'm doing that first one, so it says Sun-Kissed. So I go through here and I find Sun-Kissed, which Sun-Kissed is gingerbread. So my next row will be in this color. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what I did with that. Oh, this will have to get put away. Oh, gingerbread. This was in it. Oh. Anyway, so that's what I'm using, and I bought all kinds. I got all different flavors. I'll just tell you what I got. I bought Sandcastle, Pika Boo Marled, Greenlight, Set Sail, Naked, Teal 2, Ballet Slipper, Plum Pudding, and Gingerbread. And they're all, thank you, Joann's. I love Joann's for their bags. All of them are in this bag. And it says, I make things. Because I make things. Anyway, so they're all in that bag. And the yarn for that, for this here, cost me $113.76 for this blanket that I'm making. Yeah. I had 30, all right, 18, 22, 24 skeins of yarn for this. Okay, I'm gonna rephrase this. It cost me $106.32. $106 for the yarn for this, because I bought another item on here. So it was $106 for the yarn. People want, and then, you know, so I had somebody the other day, I was telling you about this lady who was asking me about buying the blanket, which turned out to be a scam. I knew she was. But I just was wanting to go through that with you to let you know how to handle situations with people. But anyway, that want to order from you, you know, whenever you talk to them. This is how I talk to them. I just talk to her like she was an actual human being that wanted to actually order something for me. Anyway, I couldn't get on it anyway, even if I tried right then. But anyway, so I told her, I was like, this cost me over $100 for this yarn. So you're going to pay at least that, you know, and then my time, you know. So, yeah. So I told her how much it was, and they were going to send me $500. I'm like, whatever, you guys are crazy. Crazy as hell. Ain't nobody out there, I know y'all know, ain't nobody out there that's going to want to pay the $500 up front for stuff. Well, anyway, and then I did get commissioned to do a piece, and I'm going to make a cow amigurumi. Can't show you what it is, but let's see if it shows up on here. The person's pattern I'm using, her name is, I'm going to butcher the piss out of this. Odinka. Odinka. Last name is Wisandindhl, or I can't tell. My eyesight is terrible. Anyway, I'm not going to say her last name. Anyway, she has a cow pattern video that I'm going to follow. I mean, she doesn't talk in her videos. She just does, she writes what she's doing at the top, and you just watch her. She plays music in the background on her tutorials. It's obnoxious. I hate it. Just my personal pet peeve. I can't stand when people do that. And I'm sorry if you do. But if you do, turn it way down or something, because I have to turn it down. And then it's just weird for me to not have sound when I'm watching a video. But slow down. If you're doing a tutorial on especially amigurumi, and you're going to just show what you're doing and then put the caption at the top of what you're doing, well, basically giving away your pattern, slow down. Show what you're doing. This woman just crocheting like she normally crochets. I'm on, what is she doing? Like, I can't tell. And like it says, like it'll say 9 stitches increase, 9 and repeat. And it's like, what? I mean, I understand what 9 stitches is. 9 single crochets, because you're doing amigurumi. 9 single crochets and then increase. I understand what that means. 2 single crochets in the next stitch. Okay, I get that. But she's like, I'm like, where are you? And then she shows it to you, and then she moves her little, she uses a paper clip. And I was like, so anyway, that's the whole thing. But anyway, I got that yarn. I picked up that yarn, went over there the other day whenever my dog was at the groomers, and I will tell you that in a second. And I picked up the yarn for that. Excuse all my crinkles. And I decided, because hers is done in cotton, so I'm just doing an amigurumi, so I bought the cotton. And it was 30% off day, week, whatever it is, however it works. I just got lucky when I went in. The only thing I'm mad about is I had my pink. Here's another pet peeve. If you go in a store and you pick up an item and you decide you don't want it, either A, walk your happy little hiney right back where you got it from and put it right back where you found it, like literally right back where you found it, or go ahead and go to the cash register, and then when you get up to the cashier, say, I'm sorry, I didn't want this. I changed my mind. Hand it to them. Let them put it away. Please, for the love of Christmas, because what happened to me yesterday, this is why I get so angry. Okay, so I was picking up all my yarn, and they'd called and said my dog was ready. So I was like, okay, I'm on my way. So I grabbed my yarn. I was like, oh, I need the pink. And I grabbed from I Love This Cotton, grabbed the soft pink, the pink I wanted to use, and I put it in my cart. Wasn't thinking, I mean, that's partially my fault. However, would have never happened. It's kind of like a drunk driver. If you get in the accident with a drunk driver, whether it's your fault or not, it's the drunk driver's fault, because the drunk driver shouldn't have been on the street. So the way I look at it like this is, I wouldn't have picked up the wrong yarn if the person wouldn't have put the stuff back where they got it from. So anyway, luckily, when I was picking out the white, before they called about my dog, I was able to see that somebody was lazy-daisy and didn't put the yarn bee yarn, cotton yarn, back in the yarn bee box, and they just shoved it in with the I Love This Cotton, which are literally side by side with each other. Lazy. Oh my gosh. Talk about driving me crazy. So anyway, I got the I Love This Cotton white. I got, and then I had an eyeball how much I needed, because it doesn't say. That's another thing. She tells you what you need. She don't tell you how much you need. That's helpful, right? So you just got to kind of eyeball it. Then I got black. Got some blacks. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whites, 3 blacks because of spots. I got 2 of this color, which is called khaki. Got 2 khaki for the horns. And then the pink. Got up to the cash register, ran up, and I said, man, that's little skein looks a lot less than the rest of them. And it doesn't look like, it looks like somebody's used it already. She goes, well, this one's more expensive too. And I'm like, what? I look at it, I'm like, because it was yarn bee cotton. It wasn't I Love This Cotton. It was yarn bee. And yarn bee is more expensive, like $2 more expensive, and there's less of it. So anyway, and I don't know. Anyway, so I was like, she goes, do you still want it? No, I don't. And I'm nitpicking because I do customer service, but if it were me running the cash register, I'd say, were you wanting the I love this cotton in pink? And I would have said yes. And they would have said, well, we can get that for you, or, something, you want to go back and get one or whatever. But no offer, no nothing. Just, do you want this one? No. Oh, okay. No offer of, oh. And I was like, man, I really needed the pink too, but I don't have time to get back and get it. So anyway, I mean, I can't run back and get it. For one, there was people in line. It was ridiculous. So anyway, but they could have offered, you know what I mean? Like, use some customer service people. So anyway, got it in cotton. This will be the first time ever that I made an amigurumi out of cotton. And I don't even think this is all cotton. No, it's 100% cotton. There was one that's not all cotton. I can't remember who it is. But it's not all cotton. But if you don't know anything about the I Love This Cotton by Hobby Lobby, it's very, very soft. Oh, it's so soft. It's a very, very, very wearable cotton. Not like peaches and cream and stuff, because that stuff's more for dish rags, things like that. It doesn't really get that soft. But anyway, it is a 3.5 ounce, 100 grams, 180 yards, 165 meters, 100% cotton. It's 4-weight. And and her calls for a 3-weight, and she doubles her yarn. She doesn't say she doubles her yarn, just so you know. She does not. You got to watch the video. It's mental. Anyway, she doesn't speak English, I don't think. US 8 5mm in knitting needles. US 9 I9. US I9. I can't read. My eyes are bad. 5.5mm for a crochet hook. Yeah. Anyway, this one's called khaki. The other one's black. The other one's white. And then the pink. The pink was for the little nose. And then I got safety eyes somewhere in my basement. So that's what I got from Hobby Lobby. Oh, and I got... Is it in here? Yes, it is. So we got my granddaughter a art kit thing for Christmas. So... And she likes to play around in the kitchen with her, because my son likes to cook a lot. So I got her a little apron, and it's pink. She'll love it. She can wear it while she does crafty stuff, or when she's helping her daddy in the kitchen. So let me move that over there. And I was at the Walmart. Yes, I was at the Walmart, just meddling around. What was I looking for in the Walmart? I can't remember anymore. I went in there for a purpose. Oh, I was going to look at the yarns for the amigurumi, because I thought, well, if I can get the cotton over there, and I thought, well, I'm going to go over and look at what Walmart, or Hobby Lobby. So, anyway, the yarn cost $27.90. So I got to figure it, 28 bucks. So, plus I'm going to have to go buy another one. So about $30 for yarn. So that goes into the price of the amigurumi that I'm making for the girl that she hired me to do it. So that's one thing. So I got to keep that so she can see where my price comes from. Keep that, put that over here. No. Where am I at? 39 minutes. It's going to be a long one. Got a lot to tell you. So anyway, unless you want me to break it down into more. I can, because I got more stuff to show. I think I'll do that. I'm going to drop this one, and then I'll start another video. I think I will, because I want to start on a bad note, end on a good. Because I got to talk to you about my dog grooming situation. But anyway, but I'm going to get off here, and I'll start another video real quick, so you don't have, like, forever on here. But here's my blanket again. Oh, look how drapey this is. It's so drapey. What? I love this. I love it. I'm going to make another one. I am. But anyway, so put this over here. You guys take care. God bless. And I will see you in a little bit with my next video on more yarn and other stuff that I bought and a gift for my husband. I'll show you what he got me. I think that's about it. And then I got to get to cooking. I got to get this blanket done, guys, girls, whatever. Anyway, I got to get it done. You guys take care. God bless. See you in a few.